Hello, guys. I wanted to share my thoughts in not a live, like 2 hours video, but a short video about the King of the Table experience. First of all, as you know, I have been focused on mostly organizing East versus West in the last 2 years. And 2 years ago, I had a bicep injury, serious injury, and since then, I didn't train regularly, time to time, table, but for many months, no training at all. But I realized that I wasn't getting any younger. So what I did was, I wanted to try again to become the best, and so I thought that like starting directly against the best is terrible idea. First, I need to clean the rust mentally, physically, and I wanted to go against someone that is still world level puller. As you know, Raymond last year took second place at the European Championships, and he has some serious wins at super matches, and I knew that if I would pull him, he would come in the best shape of his life, and he was very strong. It maybe didn't look that way to some people, but trust me, he was. My arm didn't get pumped for nothing, and yes, he was strong. Trust me. And so I thought it would be a good start, and so I wasn't super confident, like, because when you don't compete for a long time, you don't know where you are at, and so I was nervous. And then whenever I saw the shape of Raymond's, he was big, and like he normally he looked little bit overweight, little bit, like not so like athletic, super athletic when he is near 90 kilo, but this time he looked well. I never seen him this big, about the like muscle size. Anyway, so round one, I did a quick pin. Some people complain, as I mentioned earlier. I put the video from the perfect angle to see the on a slow motion. It is very clearly pinned, maybe even 1 centimeter below the pad level. And after that, every round became a little bit easier. So it was more convinced wins, and whenever I pin Raymond and come back, and then Raymond, after the match finish, of course he was still trying, so he hit my arm, and then I think one of those rounds I already hurt my pec here, and then we came to round four. I pinned him. They said there was a foul for Ray, so I had to pin him again on round four. So basically, I pinned him 5 times by the round four, and then round five, I told him that like I don't wanna hit anymore. I wanna do like feel. I don't wanna hit because of my chest, and also because I really wanted to feel him. So he attacked, I control him. So whenever I go, I hit the angles, but pack was a little bit disturbing. So probably 2 or 3 surges, and then I pin him. And round six, it get even worse because I waited on round five, so the arm wasn't staying in my, front. It was moving that way. So, and that round, Raymond's won, so I won 5-1. But Raymond's is I stand by everything I said, like one of the best guys in the sport to promote arm wrestling. He is not, how to say, he doesn't have like that kind of ego, like, oh, pay me attention type of ego. This, at least I didn't see. The guy has respect for the people who gave their lives to the sport of arm wrestling. And I like Ramos, in any way. I know he came there to beat me, and he was just so focused and everything. But he didn't become ugly. You understand? He was just super nice, and I was also respectful with him. And after the event, he also gave me credit, and I also give him credit that he also deserves. The guy is strong, trust me. And I can say that I beat him mostly with my experience. I don't know, except my pronator. I don't know, maybe also a little bit wrist. I don't think that I was superior to him in anything else. I just had what I needed to win, but it was not best of me. No disrespect. You will probably see me in more dangerous shape once the chest is totally okay. I don't think it is torn. I think it is strained, and there has spasm. I think it's feeling better. I will wait a few more days. I didn't feel like I needed to go to hospital for MRI because I felt not too bad. So the pain is decreasing. So I think everything will be fine. And end of this year, I want to reach to my best if possible, of course, and then try. And other than that, Morozov was so strong. Morozov was very strong, and Corey said that Morozov's hand felt super strong. And Corey is also one of the nicest guy. The guy is just like super cool guy, and he's very very strong as well. But I always say, don't get me wrong, it's not something bad. It is in fact something good, because if you don't realize the situation, if you don't face the reality, you are not going to change anything. So we need to accept that there are so many countries at the East, and these people had been competing against each other. At the European Championships, World Championships, used to compete Zloty Tour. Now at the East versus West and King of the Table, the competition level is so high. It is not because they are special human beings, but it is like how you say, you Americans say, like iron sharpens iron. So that kind of competition is making them better and better, because they go face each other, they go home, they train with what they learn, they come back, they again train. So while the people in North America, the best ones, don't even meet regularly. They are like more like everyone is in their region. Of course, there are times that they meet, but this the competition of one country you're talking about. Sometimes Canada joins, together, but that is why I think that East versus West. This is one of my purpose about East versus West. Unlike what the hater says, oh, Engin want East to win or something. This is like most likely the opposite way. I want like a very very balanced competition, because it is from a perspective of arm wrestling fan, a perspective of an organizer, a perspective of a businessman. You want very equal matches. Anyway, so that is one of my purpose, that American guys or Canadian guys to come here and experience the competition, and then go home and do the homework, come back stronger, go back, do the homework, and that it will. It's not that I am doing it. It is the competition level is providing this. You understand? So I try to, bring the best from East and West, and then just level will go up. This is my intention. So Corey West, with the genetics and everything he has, he could be much more dangerous. He's already very, very dangerous. And other than that, we had Devon Larratt versus Dave Chappie match. A lot of people have been asking if it was staged, that tension. I have no idea. Even if it was, which I don't think so, I had no idea. I went there with a good intention to separate them, because they had competition. I didn't want anything that would ruin, the event. They came there to arm wrestle, and if you realize that when I was trying to, stop Devon with left arm, I'm keeping my right arm aside so nothing will happen to my right side. And I was also trying to say there, listen, we all have a super match. We need to focus there. Okay, I understand you talk and then a little bit push, but just like let it finish, So don't go any further than this. Don't go any further than this. And good that it didn't go. Trust me, Devon is how to say. Devon, you like him or you dislike him. You agree with his methods or not. I'm not saying I agree. I'm not saying I disagree. Some things I for sure disagree. But the guy has his own, how to say, own view of promoting the sport. Trust me about this one. His intention, when he comes to an event, his first intention, trust me, that's why he also lost against GENADI. Nothing to take away from GENADI. GENADI won. But his intention, Devon's intention first is to promote the sport. So Devon carries on his shoulder the responsibility. He realizes that on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, over a million, people who follows him. And he feels that responsibility on his shoulder. Again, you may agree, you may not agree. You like him or you dislike him. He has his own methods, but his intention is nothing other than promoting the sport. So he feels that responsibility on his shoulders, and he wants to promote the event in his own way. He, before every match, on his head, is my opinion, creates some story about the guy, and he finds a way that would bother his opponents, and so he is like a story writer as well, So Devon is focusing first to promote the event and arm wrestling, and second to his win. Of course, that story that he writes, their scenario, I should say, that he is the guy who is winning at the end, So when I said that he puts first to promotion, second to winning, trust me, until he comes to the table, he is mostly focused on promoting the event. So that is why, when you look at Devon, you need to realize that the guy, if you think he's bad, the guy is not as bad as you are thinking, his intention, trust me, all about how to develop the sport. Like after the event, I and my Turkish friends, we went to restaurant, we ate. It was like a little bit after midnight. I received a message from WhatsApp from Devon. He said, Engin, where are you? Just come and join us. I said, where are you? He said, 11th floor. I said, the hotel card, the elevator only works for your floor. So I'm on 8, I cannot come up there. And he said, I'm coming down. When are you going to be in the lobby? And I said, just say like 15 minutes. And then he was just waiting by the elevator with a tank top, with a short. And so he wanted to talk about what to do to make arm wrestling more popular, go to the next level. Just the guy is on a mission. That is why when I said that, like he's the guy who loves arm wrestling the most, And we went to his room. There was there was Aussie guy Jack, and it was very nice to meet him. Very nice guy, and there was Coach Ray, and there Dave was there with his wife. A little bit later they come, and of course Jody was there, and then we talk about what to do, what to do, what to do. You know, we like everyone shared their own opinions. So, like I can say that we are all on mission, and but of course Devon here is the leader factor because he is our window that's opening to the non-arm wrestling guys. I know because of saying this, some people who don't like Devon will not like I'm saying these things, but guys, I think that like I'm almost 50 years old. I'm like experienced enough to not to see people like all white or black. You know, of course there are some people like that, but you know most of the times, you know, we all, including myself, we all have positives, negatives. You know, none of us is perfect, but there is one thing that I don't doubt is that everyone on that room was like, how to say, they care about what to do for the arm wrestling, and just to make it more popular. In short, to bring arm wrestling to the level that it deserves. You know. So, at the table, I will tell you honestly. You can say, Engin, yes, we saw some videos. You said Dave was gonna do this and win. You know this. Listen, Dave is nice guy, and if I was in Dave's place, and then I also wouldn't want to deal with Devon so much, you know, because Devon is super experienced about what he's doing. If you start to deal with him directly, trust me, you cannot focus on your own competition. But since I didn't have competition against Devon, time to time I messed with Devon, just the hype, and I know that people like, oh, you hate. I even had like a very like big fan of Devon at the competition. He's like, oh, well, you dislike Devon, and I explained to him everything. He understood that, you know, like he's like, oh, but you messed with him, you know, during the press conference. Yeah, I said right before the press conference, he wrote a message. He said, oh, Engin hates Devon and this and this and this. And I said, why are you reading this, Devon? He said, oh, if it is written, it must be true. You know, he's just messing with me. But I said, like, do you believe that? He's like, yeah, it is. If it is written, so he started messing with me already. Probably he saw that there was no other person that like messes with him. They was like, you know, just you know, and so I realized that, and then whenever I talk with Raymond, so I mess with him. I said, you know, Raymond, you are such a nice guy, so that's why I don't have any rage against you. But like if someone like Devon that deserves, yeah, I do. You know, it is just fun, you know, And but some people I see takes very seriously. It's okay. But anyways, about the match, I knew that like there was a small possibility for Dave to find a way, and I always repeated that small possibility, which I believe it was possible, but small, because I can't go there like say Devon is gonna win the match like 80%, you know, that is not like I had to say the opposite possibility, you know, because we are trying to promote the sport. Anyways, so Devon, I was so afraid that Devon, after he realized that like he would be disrespectful, but he was not, you know. He was just like, yeah, I was doing all kind of arm wrestling things, you know, but he had the border, you know, and I liked it, you know. And but he was very good, you know. He did almost everything possible. He hooked him. He even tried to do that race. I think he did, but get a foul or something, whatever, you know. So Devon just showed that the guy is getting better and better. Today I watched Travis. Travis said that like like he's gonna kill him or something. I know what he meant, but I don't think it's the case. I think the case is that Devon is regularly having those stem cells. I know I met the owner of it through internet, and the guy is a very nice guy. And I think I explained yesterday during the live, like stem cell is not gonna make you stronger. It's not like hormone or something. But the thing is, years of years you pulling. In the past you could pull this way, that way, this way, everything you could do it. Later you get injured, so you started to not to be able to use that part, not to be able to use this part. So you are limited. And more you are limited, more you are not able to use some parts. You only use some parts. And you are now overusing because you are not getting support from the injured areas. And then you are slowly finishing. But now, when stem cell is helping and he is healthy, so now he is able to apply all that 30 years of experience, knowledge, and everything at the table. I wish the guy like would say that like he would support me as well, but I wish like I was just like that unlimited, and then like could do like still like hook and everything. I could be dangerous as well, because I know about arm wrestling. Even those some keyboard warriors, they tell me, oh, this, it's okay, I more care about what John says about me, what Trevor says about me, what Devon says about me. I'm talking about my arm wrestling knowledge and skills, So that is why I think Devon is getting more and more dangerous. The guy he knows arm wrestling. He knows arm wrestling. He is strong, and now he's able to use what he has. So what I'm just saying, even being able to use some parts that you haven't been able to use will add you 15-20%. And that is a permanent thing as long as you are healthy. I always said that, I wish, like with the knowledge that I have today, experience that I have today, I wish I was as healthy as 20 years ago. But if something like that somehow happens, then yeah, it would be very fun, big fun, And so about Dave. Dave is super powerful guy. I told to him as well. I think Dave needs a little bit break, and he needs to focus on his health. And I think he needs some time to be prepared. But I think that first he needs to focus on his health. Yeah, so basically everything was fine. I thank to Millennium Plaza Hotel that hosted us. Very good. I love their pillows. The owner is my friend, and I almost gonna ask him if he would give me one of those pillows, because I have so serious neck problems. I couldn't find here such that pillow just gets the perfect shape of your head, however you are laying, And other than that, Donnie is great guy, and Coresports did a great job. Everything was professional, and hope to be there once again someday, hopefully soon, before end of this year. And I don't know. We have now East versus West, 8 coming. Jerry versus Hermes. Hermes is underestimating Jerry. Jerry is not a person to be underestimated. It doesn't mean that Hermes cannot win or something, but underestimating Jerry is not a good idea. And other than that, we have GENADI versus MOROZOV. I just can't wait. Both are super warriors, and I think that I don't know. We will see. We will see. Incredible event is waiting for us, and soon we will share the finalized poster and everything. And so that's what I wanted to share. Chest is feeling better, and I just can't wait to go back to gym. I mean, no matter how much you know about arm wrestling, you need to really test yourself where you are at, you know, in a competition. I was like, it did like, if you just tell me where I would rate myself in that match, I would just say 6 out of 10, 6 out of 10. So I hope to be near 10, and then hopefully I will give some trouble to the best guy in my category that I plan to pull at 85 kilo. Anyways, guys, thank you very much. And this arm will probably get bigger